Investors often seek to diversify their portfolios with different types of assets, including precious metals such as gold and silver. While gold has traditionally been considered a safe haven asset, some investors are now exploring the potential benefits of including silver in their portfolios. Silver prices have also been rising steadily in this calendar year of 2023, and experts are of the view that there is still some steam left in the silver price rally. So, should you invest in silver, and is silver a better investment bet than gold for your portfolio? While we discuss that in today's episode, we will also talk about India's logistics sector, which is rapidly gaining ground as the country rises through the ranks of the World Bank's Logistics Performance Index. Boasting bustling ports, speedy highways, and a burgeoning startup ecosystem, India is emerging as a key player in the global supply chain management. And it's not just us who are saying it. With a 6th-place jump in the index, India is making its presence felt on the world stage as well. Now, with a growing emphasis on streamlining processes and improving connectivity, India's logistics sector is set to go from strength to strength. So, what lies ahead for India's logistics sector, and what are the factors contributing to this improvement? Let's find out. You're watching Informed Investor, the third umpire, an initiative by Research and Ranking. Let's begin. Silver is gradually becoming the new gold. Silver, the poor man's gold, is also on the minds of many given the fast and furious moves that it has shown in the last few months. Much like gold, silver has been used as both a store of wealth and as a form of exchange and currency for many years now. Gold is usually mined at dedicated gold sites across the world, while silver is actually a byproduct of zinc, copper, and lead mining. Now, why are we talking about silver? This is because silver prices have seen a solid run. Like gold, silver prices have had a strong run in 2023. Since March 2023, silver prices shot up almost 20% as compared to the 9% growth seen in the price of gold. Why is the price of silver rising, you may ask? Now, before we jump into the reasons supporting silver's rally this year, let's first understand the variety of factors that impact the price of silver. The first is supply and demand. One of the primary drivers of the price of silver is supply and demand. Like all commodities, the price of silver is largely determined by the balance between the amount of silver that is available and the amount that is being demanded by buyers. For example, if there is a shortage of silver, the price will likely increase as buyers compete for the limited available quantity. Economic and political conditions, the second point. Economic and political conditions can also impact the price of silver. During times of economic uncertainty or instability, investors may turn to precious metals like silver as a safe haven asset, driving up the demand and the prices as well. Additionally, government policies, geopolitical events, and the trade disputes can also impact the price of silver. Currency fluctuations. Now, since silver is priced in the US dollars on global markets, fluctuations in the value of the dollar can impact the price of silver as well. Now, a stronger dollar can make silver more expensive for buyers using other currencies, reducing the demand and potentially lowering the price. Now, investor sentiment can play a role in the price of silver based on the factors listed above. If investors believe that the price of silver is likely to increase in the future, they may buy more silver now, driving up the demand and the prices. Conversely, if investors believe that the price of silver is likely to decrease, they may sell their silver holdings, putting downward pressure on the prices. So why exactly are silver prices surging? Now, the first reason is the decline in dollar. The recent surge in silver prices can be attributed to several factors, one of which is the decline in the US dollar. The Russia-Ukraine crisis propelled the dollar index to new highs. However, the index has been down since the war. Silver, like gold, is often seen as a safe haven asset and a hedge against inflation. Like we mentioned earlier, a stronger dollar can make silver more expensive for buyers using other currencies, reducing demand and potentially lowering the price. Now, when the value of the dollar falls, investors tend to flock to precious metals as a store of value, driving up their prices. Now, another factor contributing to the rise in silver price is the decrease in interest rates. When interest rates fall, the opportunity cost of holding non-interest bearing assets such as gold and silver becomes lower. Now, this makes it more and more attractive for investors to hold on to these precious metals, leading to an increase in the demand and thus higher prices. Now, the demand for silver going up can also be attributed to the fact that silver is a precious metal which is always in demand from the jewelry market, especially in India. Now, the demand is also being generated by industrial sectors that require silver for production, and this demand far outweighs the demand by any other sector. Unlike gold, where a large chunk of it is bought for an investment purpose, 60% of silver is used in industrial activity. Now, with countries across the globe moving towards a greener economy, the demand for silver has picked up in the automotive, solar, and the electronics industry as well. Now, from the use of silver in 5G technology to different areas in electric vehicles and renewable energy, these emerging applications are offering structural support to silver. Now, according to the Silver Institute, global silver demand has increased by a whopping 38%, with demand for silver hitting a record high of 1.24 billion ounces in 2022, which is up by 18% from that in the previous year. Now, the 2023 World Silver Survey indicates that the global silver market was undersupplied by close to 237.7 million ounces in 2022 alone, which is possibly the most significant deficit on record. Now, the increasing demand for silver in green tech is not only benefiting the industrial sector, but it is also assisting the environment. As countries invest in decarbonization and electrification projects, silver is becoming an integral part of many green technologies. So, as we move towards a more sustainable future, it seems that silver will continue to shine as a vital component in green tech, and its demand will only continue to grow. Now, as we have understood the decline in dollar index, silver's inherent nature as a safe haven asset, and silver's demand across various industries has kept the precious metal in great demand, investors often seek to diversify their portfolio with different types of assets, including precious metals like gold and silver. Now, while gold has traditionally been considered a safe haven asset, silver is now making a gradual stride in the same direction and is becoming a part of many portfolios. In this context, your question should be whether silver could be a good addition to your investment portfolio, not as an alternative to gold, but maybe in combination with gold. Now, the answer to that question is not straightforward, as it depends on various factors, and hence it's important to know that any investment decision should be based on a thorough analysis of an individual's financial goals, risk tolerance and investment horizon, and the current asset allocation, amongst other factors. Now, our next story is about the importance of logistics, and with the recent data released by the World Bank, let's understand where and how is India positioned in the global logistics race. Logistics, which is the process of planning, implementing and controlling the movement of goods, information and people, is a critical component of any country's economy. It plays a pivotal role in facilitating trade, enhancing economic growth and improving the standard of living of all the citizens. Now, from the transportation of raw materials to the delivery of finished products, logistics ensures that the right goods are in the right place at the right time and also at the lowest possible cost. In fact, efficient logistics can be the difference between a thriving economy and the one that struggles to keep up with demand. Now, in simple words, logistics are the lifeblood of international trade, and trade in turn is a powerful force for economic growth. So why are we talking about logistics and what it brings to the economy? Well, the World Bank has recently released a logistics performance index for 2023. Now, this report comes after 3 years of unprecedented supply chain disruptions during the COVID-19 pandemic, when the delivery time had soared. So what exactly is the Logistics Performance Index, you may ask? Now, the Logistics Performance Index is an interactive index created by the World Bank that measures the efficiency of logistics systems in countries around the world. Now, it is used for countries to identify the challenges and opportunities that they face in their performance on trade logistics and what they can do to improve their performance. Now, the index is based on two larger themes. First, it's a worldwide survey of international logistics operators on the ground, providing feedback on the logistics friendliness of the countries with which they trade. The second theme is based on the granular high-frequency information on maritime shipping and container tracking, postal and air freight activities that was collected and made available to several data partners. Now, the Logistics Performance Index of 2023 is to be measured across 139 countries through 6 components. The first is the efficiency of customs and border management clearance. Second is the quality of trade and transport related infrastructure. The third is the ease of arranging competitively priced international shipments. The fourth is the competence and quality of the logistics service collectively. The fifth is the ability to track and trace the consignments. And the sixth is the frequency with which shipments reach consignees within the schedule or expected delivery time. Now, looking at our performance, India has made a significant improvement on the World Bank's Logistics Performance Index, moving up 6 places to rank 38th out of 139 countries in the 2023 ranking. India ranks in positions of 35 to 50 in all the parameters, with big leaps in infrastructure, international shipments, logistics quality, and competence and timeliness. Now, the only disappointment was in parameters of customs and tracking and tracing. Now, from a bustling ports on both coasts to the economic powerhouses, India's logistics industry has come a long way since 2015. The reason for this leap is quite obvious. The government's investment in trade-related soft and hard infrastructure has been remarkable. But it's not just the infrastructure that has made the difference. Technology has played the most critical role in transforming the logistics industry today. The implementation of a supply chain visibility platform has contributed to the drastic reduction in delays, and the use of radio frequency identification tags on the containers has offered consignees end-to-end tracking of their supply chain. Now, it's no wonder that Singapore and India have an average dwell time of just 3 days for the containers, much better than the developed economies. Now, the dwell time refers to the time a ship or a cargo spends at a port or terminal before being loaded or unloaded onto a vessel. Now, the government has continued to drive innovation with the launch of the PM Gati Shakti plan in the 2023 budget, which is a national master plan for multimodal connectivity aimed at a world-class infrastructure and logistics synergy. And in September 2022, the National Logistics Policy, the NLP, was launched to solve transport issues, optimize manufacturing efficiency, and speed up the last-mile delivery in the logistics sector. Now, that being said, India's logistics sector is a mixed bag of challenges and opportunities. The reason why India does not feature in the top 10 of Logistics Performance Index is because of the sector's unorganized and fragmented nature. Now, this results in high logistics costs, which make up about 14 to 15% of the country's GDP, as compared to just 7 to 8%, which is currently the norm in developed nations. Now, the agricultural sector is also plagued with high degrees of wastage in the supply chain. Now, in addition to these challenges, India faces a lack of infrastructure and inefficient mode of transport, which are leading to increasing freight procurement and shipping costs. Now, despite all these hurdles, India is turning things around by adopting modernization and digitalization. These strategies are helping the country leapfrog over most advanced economies and make significant strides in the logistics performance. Now, the road ahead for India and the key trends that could shape the logistics sector. The logistics sector is no stranger to change, and the future promises to bring some exciting developments that could revolutionize the industry. Here are some of the key trends that could help shape the sector in the coming years. Firstly, the logistics sector could witness greater use of new age technology like automation, robotics, artificial intelligence, machine learning to optimize and automate the core logistics processes. With these cutting edge technologies, businesses can streamline their operations, reduce errors, and increase efficiency. Secondly, the sustainable operations could become a key priority for businesses. This could involve reducing the miles traveled per package, optimizing better delivery routes, and lowering shipping costs and trip volumes. Now, by adopting sustainable practices, businesses can not only reduce their carbon footprint, but also save on cost. Thirdly, there could be investments in route planning solutions, parcel lockers, alternative delivery locations, and other innovations that can improve the delivery experience for the customers. Lastly, there could be a greater focus on making last mile delivery more intelligent and responsible. By bridging the gap in this crucial part of the supply chain, the logistics industry can drive growth and improve customer satisfaction. Now, as the logistics sector evolves, businesses that stay ahead of the curve by adopting these trends and innovations are likely to be the ones that succeed in the future. Now, the goal of the Indian government is to bring down the logistics cost to 8% of the GDP by 2030 and come into the top 15 in terms of the logistics performance index. With the right policies and technology in place like artificial intelligence, cloud automation, and big data, India could be a game changer and a global logistical hub. Now, as we conclude this episode, India's journey towards transforming its logistics sector is an exciting and a dynamic one, driven by the constant push for innovation and improvement. With its entrepreneurial spirit, diverse culture, and a young workforce, the country is poised to make significant strides towards becoming a logistical powerhouse in the near future. With that, this is Raj Mehta signing off, wishing you and your loved ones the very best. Thank you.
Did you like watching this video? Then download our app, Informed Investor, to watch more such informative and interesting videos.